Good morning. How are you? Just, mm-hmm. Um, I just wanted a quick update on Treasurenauts because that's what we're working on, and I'm excited about it. Um, and it will not only be there'll not only be a trailer coming out this Thursday, October 3rd, um, giving you a glimpse of the game. But also it will be playable at Indiecade at Nintendo's booth in Los Angeles. How cool is that? Very cool. And the trailer should be on the eShop as well. I don't think it'll be the 3D trailer yet, unfortunately. I think that will be added later. There is a 3D version of the trailer, but I don't think that'll be in the eShop just yet, unfortunately. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. We've been going nuts. We've been working pretty crazy on that game, especially recently. Trying to get the demo ready for Indiecade, and obviously just trying to get the game done. So as you'll see from the trailer and from the demo, so the trailer is made from the demo. So when you see the trailer, that's obviously the game, but it's from the demo itself. The demo came together really good. It has 3 selectable characters and the 3 weapons that will be in the final game, which is sword, gun, and bombs. The 3 characters, obviously there's Rhode Island Smith, the main little kind of adventure guy. There is a blue ninja called Toki the Ninja, and then there's a secret character in there as well, which you will see from the trailer and from the demo, which will be coming out. It shows off 2 of the level themes, the beach kind of area and the jungle area. And it shows a glimpse of one of the bosses. So that's pretty cool. The boss came together pretty cool. That was a crazy scramble because we wanted to get that in there for the demo. And oh my gosh, I mean, so we sent the demo to Nintendo. We had to give them an initial build as a sanity check for them to be like, what are you giving us? What are we showing on the booth? Please let us see this to make sure it isn't a bunch of crazy. So we sent that to them, what is it? So today's Tuesday. So not last week, but the week before, we sent them a build on the Friday. What date was that? Let's look at my calendar real quick. Bear with me. So the 20th of September, we sent them a build. Okay, so the demo has 3 levels. 2 regular levels and then a boss encounter. And so the build we sent them of the demo on the Friday, September 20th, had the 2 levels in there that you could run around and, do stuff in, kill enemies and collect treasure. But the 3rd level, the boss level, the boss didn't exist at that time. So it was just a room you would walk into with the boss hanging out and doing a sleeping animation, and it had a little sign saying, sleeping, come back on Tuesday. And the reason it said that was because we had to send the final build of the demo the following Tuesday, September 24th, the final build that they were going to have at Indiecade. So we had the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, well, and Tuesday, I guess, technically, to get the boss done. So it's not as ridiculous and as crazy as it might sound. Almost, though. We had it fully designed. Most of the artwork had been created. A lot of the groundwork as far as code had been created as well. But at that time, the encounter did not exist. So we spent... I know, it sounds ridiculous. You were like, this boss is going to suck. It actually turned out really good, which is a testament to just everyone involved. It was an amazing team effort that came together to make that encounter what it is. And it's really good. I'm really happy with it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to cover up our, our mad scramble to make a boss at the last minute. It had been designed for a long time. Now I'm backpedaling right now. We'd figured out what it was going to be. It was really a matter of, okay, now let's just do it. Let's get the artwork done. Let's get the code done. And let's try and tweak this thing to make it to make it good. Anyway, it turned out really good. So I'm hoping whoever gets to play it, please let me know if you like it. And like I said, there's a glimpse on the trailer of what it is, which is pretty cool. So that'll be coming out. So the trailer will be coming out on Thursday. So that's really exciting. But yeah, no, it's good. It's really weird. It's the first 2D boss encounter that we've ever done. You know, we've done a bunch of 3D ones for the Dominion games and for Moon, and for other stuff I can't think of right now. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the only bosses we've done. I guess so. Maybe that's it. Yeah. But this is the first 2D one, so it was really exciting to to do that. And yeah, it turned out good. I will tell you that the boss is a female character. What? I know, kind of crazy. Anyway, so pretty cool. So yeah, so that's what we were doing that weekend. But yeah, I guess it's been a while now. That was a week ago today that we submitted it to Nintendo, and they accepted it and said yes. Actually, I got some really nice emails from them actually saying this is really cool. They really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping you guys too do too. Tiny Cartridge, JC Fletcher at Tiny Cartridge, he got to see the build on Saturday, the 21st of September. So that was before the boss was finished. So he didn't get to really see the boss encounter, but did get to see the boss character. But anyway, he has a write-up on tinycartridge.com of his impressions of just the initial game. If you want to check that out. So yeah, so where are we now? So yeah, the whole game is designed out. It's all playable. It's all good. Most of the enemies are done now. Maybe a couple that are left, but I think all of the enemies are done now. Like I say, all the levels have been laid out and playable for quite a while, actually. But now I'm able to now place the actual, things, the enemies and the interactive elements, like these little switches, little pressure plate switches, where if you land on it, there'll be a nearby little skull on the wall, which will then fire out a dart. Very kind of dangerous, kind of spelunky style, or Indiana Jones. Let's face it, that's where it's from. A very Indiana Jones style. So things like that. There's these massive treasure chests in each of the levels. There's 3 of them in each of the levels, which you have to find and smack or shoot or bomb to get all of the treasure out of it. Anyway, so that's all working. So yeah, we've got lots of stuff now set up, and so now I'm just going through the game and placing those, and now getting to experience how that feels in gameplay, and then making adjustments accordingly. Oh man, the music, you'll hear it in the trailer. Troop Gamage of Mutant Mud's fame has stepped up and yeah, created some. I love it. It's created some amazing music for the game. It's we're going for no good reason apart from we like it. Yeah, we're going for a SNES audio style with the music, and by that, for me anyway, my memories of SNES music are. I mean, there's the great games. Obviously Zelda has some amazing music in it. A lot of the Square Enix, or Square, I guess, games at the time, Chrono Trigger and so on, had some amazing music. Mickey Mouse, Magical Quest, ActRaiser. I mean, there's just some amazing music from those games, and they all have a kind of, not all, but they kind of have a familiar kind of flavor when you hear the instruments from those games. Anyway, so that our objective was to capture that. So that's what I asked Troop to try and do, and wow, yeah, he did that, and it sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds like a SNES game as far as the music. It's incredible. It sounds so great. I mean, and his ability to write amazing melodies and tunes, and just all these layers and these cool little signatures and just stuff that's going on in them is incredible. So yeah, he really knocked it out of the park there, to use a sport analogy for some random reason. there's 2 tunes used in the trailer that you'll get to check out. One of them is the beach theme for the beach levels, and one is the boss tune. So yeah, sounds really good. So that's cool. That's exciting. So that's coming together really good. We have some really neat special effects that we're kind of 16-bit special effects that we're working on for some of the levels. Have a certain thing going on, like a theme, like a I don't know. I don't want to give away too much, but there's something going on in some of the levels. Okay. One of them is kind of like dark, so you kind of have like a little spotlight effect around you, kind of thing. And then some of the torches also have their own little spotlight, and you can increase the ambient lighting as you kind of go around by doing certain things. So stuff like that. But one of the other level types that I will not give anything away on requires some special effects, very kind of 16-bit style, with some modern things that you probably couldn't do back in those days. Kind of blended together, and it looks fantastic. It looks really, really neat. So, and that's cool. And the effects tie into the behavior of the level, and it changes kind of over time based on what's going on, and you can change it back and whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it's really neat. It's really, really neat. So we have that going on. So got a couple of more bosses to finish off. There's going to be 3 bosses in the final game, and yeah, we're just now getting it finished up. Working with Michael Veroni, who's a good friend of mine. We did a podcast a long time ago, actually, called 2D HQ, talking about 2D artwork. We need to get back to do more of that. But he's an amazingly talented artist, and he's creating all of the enemies for the game. Yeah, he's done all of them. And he's also done the boss character, and will hopefully do the other 2 boss characters in the game. And his pixel art is ridiculous. It's amazing. Anyway, so that's really exciting. So yeah, it's coming together. It really is. It's really nice. So we're still planning on finishing up the game by the end of this month, at the end of October, to submit it to Nintendo in November. That's the hope. We'll see what happens this month. We'll see how far we get. Obviously, if we get to the end of this month and we're not quite, fully pleased with it, we'll continue until we are pleased with it, which will mean it'll be delayed as far as release. But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's the double-edged sword of me telling you guys where we're at, and setting expectations, and then unfortunately potentially breaking them. But that's game development, and we're in a position now where, in the past when we were working with publishers, if there's a date you have to meet, you have to meet it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Obviously, sometimes you would be late and slip, but you would be slapped around a lot because of that by the publisher to make sure it got out in time. So it's a little bit different for us. We're not going to release Treasurenauts unless we're happy with it. Because that would be disastrous. The game wouldn't be as good as it needs to be, and we would, put something out there that we're not 100% happy with, and that would be silly. So yeah, so hopefully anyway we can get it wrapped up this month. If not, it'll be done very, very soon if it is late. And I'm not suggesting it will be late, but I'm just being realistic because I don't know. Hopefully we can get it wrapped up this month, but we'll see. But it's coming together really good. That's the important thing. I was coming up with some of the different character selections that will be in the game the other day, and they're pretty interesting. I think at some point I'd like to do some kind of not necessarily competition, but something where maybe I can get some ideas from you guys as well, and kind of some of the characters to put in there. So we'll see. It takes quite a while actually to get a new character in there, because each character. Okay, so when we make the character sprites, there'll be an image which we call a sheet, which I call a sheet. Whatever. There's an image, and it has every frame of the character. So for the run, I think there's 8 frames for the run animation. So there'll be like 8 images of each frame, and then there's the idle and all the different moves. It's one big sheet, and it has whatever, a bunch of things on there. The thing was, when we added the 3 different weapon types, that then multiplies that by 3. I have to draw each character holding the sword, holding the gun, or holding the bomb, doing all of the different moves, running, jumping, idling, attacking, blah, blah, blah. All of the moves that exist now have to be done 3 times. So that's kind of a bummer. So each new character variation takes a little bit of time. Anyway, whatever. So, but I would like to open that up and get some involvement from you guys on which characters to add. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to reveal all of the characters that will be in the game. I think we should have some secrets, you know, because that's kind of fun to discover those. But I might at least kind of put something out there where I'll ask, you know, I don't know, whatever. I haven't figured it out yet, and I probably should have mentioned it, but I would like to solicit some input on different character types. And what I mean by that, I don't mean, hey, it would be great to have, you know, Mario in there. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. Nintendo's not going to let me put Mario in the game. That'd be pretty cool, though, right? But Mario walking around with a bomb, be cool, with a sword. But that's not going to happen. But it'd be original characters. Like, oh, I would like to see this type of character in the game. So it can't be it can't be a character that someone else already owns, unless for some random reason they want to have their character in our game, and that would be great. But no, what I mean by, you know, that is, you know, we have the adventurer, you know, Rhode Island Smith. We have the ninja dude. You know, they're characters that aren't owned by someone. So if you have any ideas on that, then anyway, whatever. I'll do that properly, officially at some point. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, I want to keep probably this to Treasurenauts for now. I was just about to go off on a tangent, but I shouldn't. So, yeah, Treasurenauts has come together. We have a really cool logo that Greg Hargrove, who's our art director, and my good friend, he had created a really awesome logo for the game. I was coming up with one, and I hated it. I was creating one, and it just looked really terrible. It wasn't happening. So I was like, Greg, please save me. Please create something that looks good. And he really did. It looks really good. It's a really nice logo. It's perfect. It's kind of what I didn't know I wanted. It's great. So that's cool. So it's coming together. It is all coming together quite nicely. So, all right. Well, I will leave it at that. That's nearly 20 minutes of me rambling about Treasurenauts, and there's that. So Thursday, we'll have a trailer, and anyone who's going to Indiecade will get to play it. And I will be very excited and looking forward to hearing what people think about the trailer and the game. So it'll be really cool. Alright guys, well, you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch up with you later. Alright.